Okay. Should see me back up.
Yep, you're back up.
Okay, so now we have a less delay.
Much less delay, I bet. Like, it might even be a minute or two less.
Yeah, that took a little while to stop. That was really insane.
Mm-hmm. This you should be able to translate.
Hmm. I don't know why the A, but I know Kanban was good evening.
It's just ah. Like, the verbal ah.
Ah, Kanban wa. So,
Yeah.
tells you how well I know Kanban wa that I almost translated it as Kanban wa. Just like, yeah, just go type Kanban wa here. First one's katakana, right?
Yeah, the first two, yeah.
Yep, it's a name.
It's a name.
Oh yeah, wait. What's uh, um
So apparently, Porky and his Japanese name is that.
Mm-hmm. Pokey. Or pokey. Because it's so long.
Porky.
katakana again.
Yep.
Toka?
It's yeah, Padoka.
Patoka.
I don't know what that is. Or it could be him.
Hatoka. Hatoka. No, Hato.
Patrol car? That's what I get.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing as well. Like a police patrol car.
Okay.
In other words, a cop car.
Okay. Nichan would be brother, right? No.
Yes.
Brother?
Yes.
Okay, so it's right.
Yep.
His older brother.
In this case, it's used as a title.
Yeah.
Pokini-chan.
Yeah. Older brother Pokey. Nara. I should know Nara.
Let's come back to Nara later.
Okay.
I can explain it, but let's come back to it later.
I feel like I've done Nara already.
No, you've done Kara. Nara's
Okay.
a little different.
Okay, that might be how it sounds similar.
They're similar, but a little different. We'll come back to it.
Okay.
Let's do the rest of the sentence. We talked about patoka. That's patrol car, or cop car, whatever you want to translate it as. Ato is after, so patoka no ato is like after the patrol car.
Okay.
Well, okakete, okakete is a phrase meaning to chase after. So, ato kakete, yeah, chase after patrol car. Tobidashite ichatayo. Tobidashi is another phrase meaning, like, to jump. Tobiori is jumping specifically. Dashi is, like, leaving.
Wait. I don't think I actually finished translating now that I look at it. Yeah, I didn't finish. Wait one moment. It's like I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Moment.
Yeah, do the last line. It's all one sentence, so.
Yeah, I just had gotten distracted and then. Yeah.
Okay. No problem.
So it's like, wait
Not
a
a
minute.
race. This is definitely is not a race of all things. Not a
Yeah.
race.
This is not a speed run.
This
is a very, very slow run.
Speed run you'll ever see.
Now I just want to see a speed run people translating.
Speed running, learning Japanese. Speed running, learning a second language. Or a third,
Why
maybe.
Japanese of all languages?
Because you're. Have you seen the name of the channel you're in? Hello.
You know what? Fair enough.
Why do you think we're in this channel specifically doing this?
I'm just here to watch and learn. And to hang out with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we have.
I mean, you were also bragging earlier about how many series you were currently keeping up with, so.
I wasn't bragging, I was just informing. Also, I'm curious about what other people want and are watching.
Steins Gate Zero was my show for today.
I watched Steins Gate Zero already.
Yep, I did it too.
Wasn't it a depressing episode? Like.
I mean, I thought it was really well done. I got some like serious psychological stuff going on.
Man.
It's I have been told it's an alternate universe where the happy ending of Steins Gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no happy ending in this one. At least it seems like it. Like they did a fantastic job with it, but holy macamole, like just the depressing.
Oh, it's gonna be dark. It's gonna be dark, yeah.
Like just the first episode was, oh man. I knew it was gonna be dark, but it still hit hard.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend watching Megalobox if you want to watch another new anime. Augmented Boxing.
Mm-hmm. That's on my list. I'll definitely give it a shot.
I'm also watching the new season of My Hero.
Academia.
Of course, everybody is.
Yeah. Golden Kamui.
Golden Kamui?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that one. I thought about watching it, but I hadn't gotten around to it.
Is anyone else watching Maho Shoujo Site?
I've been told that was little girl torture porn, so that turned me off.
I mean,
I haven't seen it yet.
I mean, You could say that about Tales from the Abyss. So
Made in Abyss?
Made in Abyss. Sorry, that. Yeah.
Well, the first episode, you didn't think it would go that far.
My point still stands. Like,
I know.
Okay. Right, Tobi dashite ichatayo.
Ichatayo. Okay. All right. So I said before, ending a sentence with "yo" is like a way to inform someone of something that you're pretty sure they don't know.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's what that is.
Yeah.
Ichata is past tense informal of left.
Left?
Left, as in like
The
to leave.
direction?
No, as in like to leave an area.
Ah.
Like I left
okay.
my house.
I left my house this morning.
Yeah, that it left in that context. Toby Dashi, I was giving you the literal translations of earlier. Toby is usually main. Toby already is like to jump.
Sorry, what
And
was
Dash.
What was Toby? You like
Toby Ori is the like present tense of it.
But what is it? You
To
went,
jump.
Out for a second.
To jump.
To jump. Okay. I heard two, and then I heard like.
Sorry, I think though downloading Overwatch is like hurting my connection a little bit.
I
But
wonder if that's what's hurt. That was what brought my stream behind as well.
probably. It's okay. We won't have to download Overwatch every night.
And then stay tuned. There was another big update.
All right. So Tobiori, I have to look up. I don't know if there's a yo, and I think it's Tobiori, not Tobiori.
Oh, just Toby.
I have to. I have to actually
Okay.
check that. I don't. I've heard it verbally a lot. I need to check my dictionary a moment. Yeah, it's Toby Ori, not Toby Yori.
Okay.
Toby Ori. Yeah, you got it correctly now. Okay, so that's the jump, and then dashte is past tense of dasu, which is to go or to leave.
Ooh, that's a sniper.
It can also be to go.
And Nara. That's another
So Nara is another preposition, just like Kara. So in this context, I would translate the first part as if you're looking for Pokini-chan, then and then the rest of the phrase. Nara is kind of like then, right? But when it's used in a Japanese phrase, it often implies something that isn't actually written in the sentence. And in this case, it would be like if you're looking for Pokini-chan. He never says if you're looking for Pokini-chan, but he says Pokini-chan Nara. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Another way of translating it would be like as for Pokini-chan. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So that's what the kara means. It's that preposition. So then the next phrase, patoka no ato oikakete. That's pretty straightforward. Chases after a police car. And then the Tobidashite, I feel like is a little bit redundant in this sentence, but again, it's meaning that he left. The whole last part of the phrase is making sure you understand he left in past tense.
Yeah.
He's long gone. I feel like the Tobidashite maybe it's implying that he snuck out. I would need more like he's not out straight out. Yeah. It might be implying that he jumped out the window and snuck out. Maybe that's what that's implying. That would make more sense. Because otherwise that whole part of the sentence is very redundant. I would wager that's what it's trying to get across. So if you're looking for Poki Nichan, he snuck out to chase after a police car. That's how I'd probably translate it.
We had it very similar, you'll see in a second, but,
Yep.
you had snuck, I had jumped, so I'll put...
Yeah, it does very literally say jumped. But I
That's
feel
what-
like it's implying that he snuck out of the house. The jump is more literal, but an English speaker would probably use something like snuck. The jump is literal, so like you're not wrong. This is where we get into those things about when you're localizing. You can have these arguments, like it's there's no clear-cut answer.
Okay.
I'm gonna head out.
Oh, okay. Goodbye. Thanks
Bye.
for stopping by.
Yeah, no,
Would
Have a
this
nice
be
night.
a ha in the version of wa? Where it's
Sorry,
used as
what?
This ha here in the sentence, is that going to be one that's actually said as wa?
Yeah, it's gonna be a wah.
Okay. Yeah, I picked
have a
up
good
on that.
night, you two. And
Was fun.
If you'll notice,
And
everything
Tinker.
before it is katakana,
See you.
and then it suddenly changes to hiragana just for the ha.
Yeah.
That's a pretty clear indicator that's a wa particle.
That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Oh, so we get to talk about how Japanese people can talk about themselves in the third person.
I noticed that when listening.
This is one of
in
the most
Japanese,
common. This is one of the most common cases, and when they'll do it too. We'll talk about it in a second.
Okay. Yeah. Alright. I finished.
Okay. So when you see a sentence ended with te, that is a very, very specific sentence ender. And what that means is it's kind of like a quotation. Like he's quoting somebody else. And in this case, he's quoting his brother. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So the uchi is house or home. Okay. Iro is a form of iru, which is to be, but iro is conjugated, so instead of to be, it means to stay.
Iro.
Because
is-
if you
So what was the
if
first
the
one?
logic, I think the uchi house or home.
Yeah, but no. What is Iro conjugation of?
I believe it's of iru, which is to be. But iro conjugated, it means to stay because like I think the logic is like if you if you're being in a place over time, you're staying there.
Mm.
I think that's the logic. At least that's the logic that makes sense in my head. And then Piki is this kid's name. So with all that information, what do you think? What do you think is like? I would just from that Tay, I would translate that kind of as like he told me to, and then the rest of the sentence.
Okay. So yeah, he told me to stay. He told Beaky to stay in the house. Or he
Yeah,
told...
and he's referring to himself in the third person.
No, I'd noticed that a long time ago
But this is one of the more common times that you'll see native speakers doing this is when they're quoting something or someone else. So because he's quoting somebody else, he has to refer to himself in the third person.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not. It's almost like he's not doing it. The person he's quoting is.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Okay.
All right. Next line.
Okay. I've Ruspan?
Yeah, you got Boku is male I.
Yeah.
So Ban in this context is like role. The kanji that you would write would mean like role or job. Rusu means like if someone is Rusu, that means they're at home. They're staying home. Okay? So Rusuban
My job
is
is to
usually
stay home.
usually Rusuban is translated as something along the lines of holding down the fort. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Staying home and looking over it is the general idea. One of the easiest examples I can think of in recent anime I've seen of this coming up is Dragon Maid, actually, when she asked Toru, Rusubano Tanomu, I trust you to hold down the fort.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next line.
Isn't this the one that you were saying is the one that's used after kanji to this katakana?
It is, but in this case it's just katakana.
Yeah.
There's no kanji here. But that is the symbol, yeah. Good that you remembered it.
Papa and Mama.
Yup. Now, I'm actually not sure if that te at the end is saying that it's a quotation mark or if it's an and. I need to see what he says next. If that's the end of the phrase, then it's a quotation, but if there's more, then that's an and.
Okay.
I think it's an and. Yeah. That's still part of the same sentence. It just had the scroll.
Okay.
Nope. Nope. Got the wrong on the first character.
What? Oh, oops.
There's
That's
no line on the left
yeah,
side.
you're right. That's I don't know why. Yeah. All right.
Hey, that's the first mistake you've made all night, so don't get yourself too down.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, I think it's quite obvious the first part you said, Papa and Mama. I think I've said before, Soto is outside, right?
Yeah. And then Ni is the place marker.
Yep. So mono, you're gonna see a lot. Mono means thing, and it can be attached to a lot of adjectives to say it's like adjective thing. So in this case, oishi mono is tasty thing. So obviously implying food, tasty food. Taberu is to eat. Itete is iku, put in the past tense, and then added the te as an and there, because the sentence isn't over yet.
Oh, so yeah, ite. Okay, and then so it's to go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, there's still more verbs in the sentence. That's why even though it's not immediately followed by a verb, that's why you have the te there.
Mhm.
And then mada, mada is not yet. Kaeru is to return, specifically home usually. Like if someone yells at you kaeru, they're like go home, go away. In this case, mada kaete konai is have not returned home yet.
Cause nai.
Yeah, the konai, the ko part is actually it's a conjugated it's also another translated iku. I mentioned iku is irregular, right?
Yeah.
So itete is past tense in the affirmative. Konai is in the negative. See how it's irregular there?
Mhm.
So you have the same verb twice there, but actually a great example of that. So Kaete Konai has not returned home yet. Negative past tense of iku. Kaete Konai would be has not returned home.
And then nda is the ending statement.
Yeah, the da is just the ending statement.
So
Yeah, the n is kind of just like a phonetic rule, and I lose points for it all the time because I forget that it's a thing. I have to keep sounding it out or I forget. It's just usually if you have a e sound followed by a da, you have to just throw it in there if you're changing words or going to a particle. I'm really bad about forgetting it though when I write.
yeah. Correct?
I mean, yeah, the things is more literal. I might translate it as food, but it's definitely literal and correct. So yes, no problem. No problemo.
Also, it's like a kid saying it, it doesn't surprise me that they'd...
Yeah, you go out to eat tasty things. Yeah, that's what he said. So, no problem. Continue.
If it was an adult, I might have, like,
I might put a. I might not put a. I might put a yet there.
Yeah, that's what I was
Have not
thinking.
returned yet. Have not returned yet because that's what the Mada says.
Ah, yeah, Mada, not yet. Okay.
Yeah. So because without the Mada, then that's literally what you just put. But without the Mada, it implies he's not sure if they're ever returning home. The Mada is he expects them to eventually. He just doesn't know when.
Okay. So how far into kids' home can I go? I can walk all over their home.
Yay! Trespassing.
So you love that Japanese games, you could just trespass all over, right?
At least you're not Link running into people's houses, taking their things and breaking their pots.
Yep. A lot of cliffs in this village.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, it's a policeman.
What's the policeman have to say?
Oh yeah, there's a cop car over there. He's probably mad at me for being not at home.
Probably.
I should go up here and stay. Trying to at least
Welcome
keep...
back, Akira.
Akira's
Can't
back.
confirm. Double melee DPS is amazing. Me and Drez won 3 games as Shifu and Raigon.
Yeah, Shifu is really good with any melee DPS. Really, really good. The petrify keeps the pressure off of you while you focus people, and the heals are real good. And
Oh yeah, this self heals are so good.
Mm-hmm.
And Raigon, you can always escape under Raigon, and Raigon can just be like, "I will be your shield."
Mm-hmm.
That gun's fun. I can say that's the Unda again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see that a lot.
Dato. I've seen that before. I think. Maybe not.
It's kind of funny. The da and dato is pretty much the same as the da at the end of the sentence.
Ah, okay.
So to omoteru. Or I should back up. Omo is to think. O-M-O, and then U is how you would romanticize it. So moteru is actually no, that is moteru. Yeah, that's also present tense. Yeah, moteru. Yeah, mo is mo. I have to look this up. I know it can be either a mo or moteru. Oh, formal versus informal. That's what it is. Should have figured.
So it's just
So
informal?
amoteru is gonna be the formal version. Anyway, so I told you before what ima means.
Uh,
Do you remember what ima means?
I'm looking. Now. Ima is now.
Yes.
I found it in my
Yes.
notes.
All right. G in this case means time. Nan is written with the character for nani, so what time? And then I have to talk about omo for a second. So if you end like if you do a sentence and then you like a phrase or a declaration, and then instead of ending it with da, you end it with to omo. You're saying I think that sentence. Like that is my opinion, basically. And so here, what he's saying is, I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and translate it. What time do you think it is?
So the toe and the
The dato connects the first phrase to the second by making it. Well, he's saying he's making sure. He's saying, what time do you think it is? Right.
Mm-hmm.
The you is implied.
With thinks, right? The omateru is the formal version. Time
Yeah,
do you
it's
think
just
it
formal.
is? Yeah.
It's just formal. What time do you think it is? You formal think it is. Also, you would think it'd be a question, but he's so angry that he gets an exclamation point there.
Oh yeah. sorry. And, there we go. We already went Kairo's return home. So,
Yup.
So,
The only other part of this you might get is E. The ni is a particle. Do you remember what EA is?
no, I don't know
I
what
might have
is.
said this one before. EA means house.
Oh, okay.
So Uchi is probably closer to home. EA is house. Sasato. The to here is technically a particle, but you'll usually hear this all as one, like sasato. The to is kind of like a width,
Mhm.
and sasa here means quickly. So, or quick. So the whole thing together just means quickly.
With haste, basically, is
With
what
haste,
the toe
yeah.
adds.
Basically with haste, yeah.
Actually, I guess it'd be return to your house. Because they use, yeah.
Hurry up and go home
Yeah.
is the sentiment for sure. More literally though, return to your house quickly.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm making something to
Yes?
eat. I'm gonna
At some
be
point,
like
can you get your stuff out
30
of the
minutes
dryer?
till I'm done.
Oh,
So if you
yeah.
guys get done in
Thank
the
you.
next 30 minutes, that's where I
Okay.
am.
Okay.
Sorry, what'd you say, Kira?
Um, I'm making something to eat. I'll probably be about 30 minutes. So if you guys are done in the next 30 minutes, that's where I am.
Okay. One moment. be back momentarily. Sorry.
Oh, you as well? Okay.
Well, I'm gonna be back much faster than Akira.
Well, yeah. No, go. I'm actually having trouble with a phrase in here, so go.
Okay, so
This
that
will be
helps.
perfect. Yep.
Okay, I am back.
Okay. It was just a conjugation. I had to make sure it was what I thought it was.
Okay.
I also don't think his sentence is done, which is another reason why it's confusing me.
Okay, even though it has the. Do you want me to continue it? And
There's
just
no period there, so
Alright, I'll continue it then. We'll see where it goes.
yep. You have the verbals down, so we can see what's next.
I had a longer part to it, I guess. Probably
Mhm.
have to keep going after I translate that part as well, so the full thing.
Yeah, this is just a long one. All right. Oh, he's complaining in that very Japanese way. Okay. I got it. So, you know, here's a great example. You know Daru from Steins Gate, right?
Yeah?
a lot of times when he complains, he'll list all of his complaints one after another. When he's listing his complaints one after another, you use a specific sentence ender that you don't normally see, which is she.
Okay.
That was what was really confusing me, because the first part ended with she, and I was like, she? What? Really?
Mhm.
I guess in my academic work, I don't really come across people complaining that often. Or at least not like listing off the complaints and just straight up bitching.
And each of these is another listed item.
Mm-hmm.
So do we want to translate the first part, then go to the second, and then do the third? Or
Yeah,
do we
yeah,
do it
yeah,
as a
yeah,
whole?
yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, um, Kochi is like over here. In fact, why don't I give you the Osoko spiel here? I might have to give it to you multiple times, but I might as well. It's so common, and we've seen it several times already. So, anytime you have any sort of pronoun, they're usually the first half is either ah, so, or ko. Okay, you follow me so far? Yeah. Hello.
Let me write this down.
Like majority of pronouns start with either ah, so, or ko, and they each have a different meaning. Right? So ko means close to the speaker, like proximity wise. Now that just has to be relatively close in what they would consider close, and varies based on context. But yeah, that refers to close to the speaker, and then so refers close to the listener, and then ah is far away from both listener and speaker. Got all that? And then you add those prefixes to pronouns to make words. So chi is the pronoun for place. So kochi means here. Sochi would mean wherever the person I'm talking to is. And achi would be like way over there, wherever I'm pointing or whatever I mean. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
And then re is the pronoun for thing. So kore is this.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Alright, Ray.
Yeah, re. So re, kore is this because it's close to the speaker, right? It's like whatever's in my hand or I'm pointing at.
Ray spelled, how is...
Just Ari.
Ari.
Just Ari.
Okay, Ray.
Kore.
Okay.
Sore would be that, whatever you have, right? Specifically you, the person I'm talking to, nobody else, right? And then Are is also that, but it's something that's not near either of us. Like, let's say we're walking down the street of Tokyo and I see something across the street and I point at it. Are. That, over there. That's probably good enough for now, for pronouns. We'll come across other things that you can attach the aso ko to, and we'll go on those by case basis. But you'll at least know what those parts mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually very intuitive, or I think it is, once you get used to it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Okay, so again, kochi means over here. And then so the first line, kochi nya. Nya is just the preposition for, pretty much. Inseki, I hope you remember what inseki is. It's our most interesting vocabulary word of the day. And ochiru is past. It's present tense of, or is it ochiru? Yeah, it's present tense because he's listing it. I mean, I guess it could have also been past tense, but he used the present tense. I guess he's saying like the meteor falls over here. Preposition? You spelled it proposition.
Wait, did I?
Okay.
Okay. So over here is basically what?
For
Okochi.
for here a meteor falls, comma, the next complaint.
But Okochiru is just basically another here?
No.
Wait, what?
No. Okochiru it's all one thing. So the kochi, it's not, it has kochi in there, which is one of the things that threw me off, but it would have been written with different kanji.
Okay.
It's to fall.
Oh, fall. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. That is confusing, to be fair. But it's all one word. It doesn't start with the ko or any of those.
So maybe?
Yep, that works. End of a list item. I'm trying to think of a context I've heard of it where it's not specifically for complaints, and I can't think of one. So she may be end of a list item of complaint specifically.
Yeah.
Which is really funny that they have that.
Translation fairly decent for meteor to fall over here.
Yeah, that works. Yep.
Okay.
That's the meaning.
Next one.
Machide. So de is a new particle that we haven't dealt with much. De basically translates to by way of. Right? It can be used after a place or after a method or an adjective. It's like if I said hashi de tabeta, I would be saying I ate by way of chopsticks. If I said basu de kita, I came here by bus.
Okay.
That makes sense? So it anytime you see de, kind of translate it in your head as by way of. Machi just means town or city, usually town.
Wa is just a particle wa.
Wa is the particle wa.
Siawa is in katakana.
I think you got that part wrong actually. It was an English name. It was a name. I'll recognize it next time. I think it was like John or
No,
something.
it's still up there.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did that. Sorry, I did Su instead of I did. Yeah, I did
Yeah, I
the
think
wrong-
that's a G.
G, yeah.
Jaku. Jaku.
Jawa.
Jaku. See the ku there? Jaku.
Oh, that's a ku, not a wa. It looked.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, it
Yep.
looks really similar.
So Jack. English Jack. Next fairly common word to translate, renshu. Renshu is like group or gang. Probably in this case, probably gang. So Dan is just a title. So Jakudan no Renshu would be Jack's gang. And then Ga subject marker.
So that said Renchu instead of Renchua.
Yeah, that's Renshu. Renshu.
Okay, because
Renshu.
I was kind of having a interesting. Yeah, I saw that it had the ya and then a u, and I was like, is that Renchua?
That's not a ya. That is a u. Next to the chi. That's a u. Y-U.
Oh, okay, I messed it up then.
Yep. Renshu. It was just a long oo. Renshu.
So Jack's gang. Abare dashiteru.
Okay, so
Ushi is home. No, wait, no, sorry.
No.
This is she is a list item, so it
that
wouldn't
she
be.
is the list item, yeah.
So yeah.
So abareru is like to go wild, usually in the context of a fight. Okay. Abete aberedashite ru tiushi te you. Okay, so that's another verb at the very end there. So we'll start with the fight one though. So abedashiteru, like pick that would be an ongoing thing. That's in like the present perfect. That's an ongoing action. That's how that's conjugated. So they're picking fights still currently. The te yushi is like I've heard. Cuz you is the verb to say. And he's connecting it here to the previous one because it's like they say. Does that make sense?
So wait, what was the te for? Sorry.
That it connects it. Remember when we
to
list
connect.
multiple verbs? Yeah, when we list multiple verbs together, we have that te there.
Okay.
In this case, though, because the order matters, right? It's the abeteru te you. Because the going wild part is first, and then you add the te you. It's kind of like to omo. And you add at the end to modify what's before it. In this case, he's modifying the going wild thing to say he's heard that. If instead of that it said to omo, it would be I think that they're going wild. Am I making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to repeat anything? No, it's not. It's not te connecting. It's just te connecting. The verb is you, I, you.
So the verb is heard. You is heard.
You is technically say, but in this context, it's I've heard.
Oh.
It's like they say. That's how I would translate that. They say. We don't know who they is, but we know they say this. Probably the other cops. Or maybe the town.
So.
Considering he made Machi Dewa at the start of his phrase, I would assume the town is saying that.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe we'd translate this as around town they say Jack and his gang are picking fights.
Okay. I was just gonna say the town, but yeah. The town is saying around town.
Or the town is saying, yeah, this says the same thing.
Yep. Man, this guy must be really unhappy. He's complaining to a little kid that's walked up to him.
He's complaining to anyone that'll listen to his woes. Yep, another complaint. You can
Yeah.
see it in the she again.
Yep, that's what it's like. This guy is complaining to a child.
Oh, I think I get this. I remember what they did to this in the English. So, whenever you see a Japanese word put in katakana, which I definitely see here, that is 100% a Japanese word. I instantly recognized it. It's kind of their equivalent, because remember, they don't have the ability to do this. It's like their equivalent of boldening the text. Because they can't. They literally can't. With this technology, they can't embolden the text.
Mm-hmm.
So that's them trying to get the idea across that he's stressing that word really hard.
Uro.
Uro, yep. Now, if that were written with a kanji, the first one would be the kanji for uro, and the second one would be the katakana ma, because it's repeated.
Oh my god. Uro.
Uro. Come on, you can do it. Uro uroshi. Uro.
Uro. I can't do it.
It helps if you do the Japanese ro instead of like an English ro. Like, try to listen to the difference there. I'll say it in English first and then Japanese. Ro. It's much more staccato in the Japanese.
Ro.
Also, I kind of flick my tongue over the roof of my mouth.
Bro.
Yeah. Uro.
Uro.
Uro. It's like halfway between an R and a D. There you go. Uroshi. You don't have to. You're trying too hard now.
Yeah.
Just let it go. Uroshi. You're so close. All right. So Omaira is very common. It's a plural you. So like you guys. That you should probably write down. What it is, it's actually kind of a rule. So if you omae is singular you, right? And then if you add ra to it, it makes it plural. You can do that to a lot of words. Usually pronouns. And it usually works with pronouns for people. That makes sense?
Mhm.
Now mitai is it's a conjugated of meter. We've talked about this a little bit before. You put meter into mitai, it can mean one of two things. It either means want to see or it can mean looks like. In this context, it means looks like.
I think we saw that in that same way earlier
Mm-hmm.
last night. But
The na connects the first part to the kodomo.
yeah, we saw it up here, mitai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
I'm actually not. I think the na counts as a particle. I don't know what the particle is called. All I know here is that it's connecting the omaira mitai into the nakodomo ga. It makes the omaira mitai into a preposition, basically, right? And it's modifying kodomo. Does that make sense?
Okay.
It makes that whole thing into a adjective that is describing kodomo.
I think humanity should just go back to communicating by grunts. That would be so much simpler.
Kodomo means kids or kid. It does. It actually does not have singular or plurals. The singular and plural of kodomo is kodomo. Uro uro is like wandering around or kind of like hanging around. It's a very negative connotation verb that's like loitering. That's another word for it. And then suru is just do, to do.
Suru is just sururu or suru.
Just suru. Just suru.
Suru is
If you add suru to the infinite form, or is it present tense or infinite? I need to look up. If you add it to verbs, you make it to do the verb, right? And it's because he's talking about you in the third person, or in general, actually, not even you specifically, because it's a plural you. So kids like you are wandering around. He's giving you snark.
yeah.
Actually, yeah, that is a better translation of what I was trying to say. So the Suduru is making it the are wandering instead of wander. Instead, if it wasn't if the Suduru wasn't in the sentence, it would say kids like you wander, right? Instead, it's kids like you are wandering. I don't know how you want to write that down in your notes. I wish I was a better teacher. I'm sorry.
Suru.
I wouldn't call it the ing. Like, I wouldn't just say it makes it ing. It's like are doing. It's happening currently and is ongoing. That's what it's telling you.
Like that translation?
Yeah, that's a fine explanation.
Okay. And alright. So I think we wanna call it quits for tonight for this.
Oh yeah, that we've gone for a while.
Yep.
Even though we've talked to 1, 2, 3, 4 people.
Yeah, 4 people.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. It's a lot of dialogue.
Actually, yeah.
And every time we're getting faster.
Yep.
Every time we're getting faster. We might actually make it to the tutorial fight next time if we go a little faster. I don't know. Maybe.
Wait, did I finish
Depends how
talking to
long
this
we
guy?
go.
Let me make sure
I don't know. He should be either done or near done.
Oh,
He might have
we're
one more
finished.
line.
We'll finish talking to him.
We'll finish him. Okay.
Yeah. It looks like he's finished here. It was his last
Okay.
statement. So. Wait, is this?
Oh, no. In your translation, there's
Oh,
no
okay.
looks like. There's no looks like there. The kids like you is what the looks like is
Ah.
has become. That yeah, that's what the so literally mitai means more like looks like, but in this context it means kids like you. That's what that's for. Literally kids that look like you. Literally. That's why the verb to look is in there. All right. Yeah, this is definitely the end of whatever the hell he's saying. Good note there, yeah.
Is this ya? Is this? Yeah, this is ya. Just looks odd.
Yeah, no, it's a full size yeah. It's not a small one. That's why
Yeah.
it looks different.
Wait. Yeah. This. Wait. Oh, this would be a U. Why U? Wouldn't it? Yeah. That's not a. That's what. That's wrong. Okay. There we go.
Okay. Well, first word, hara means belly, or more specifically stomach. And peko peko is a kind of a cute way of saying like starving. Or yeah, you get the idea.
Mhm.
Um,
And that's just
Iana,
yeah.
Iana is like bad as a descriptor or an adjective. Ia is no, right? And then Iana is that turned into like an adjective. Um,
Wait, Iaz, no? So
yeah, I mean, Ia just simply means no. No, or like not bad, any of those.
descriptor. I think I spelled that right, yeah.
So Yokan is like a gut feeling. Iana Yokan is like a bad feeling. That makes sense?
Where do did I do one of those wrong? Yeah, I think I did. Right? No? Maybe?
Ia versus Iana. I don't see anything wrong so far.
You said Yokon.
No, that's not in here.
Oh,
I was
okay.
giving you an example.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was
Yeah,
like
it's not in here. Don't worry.
so I was so confused.
You did get one thing wrong. That's a ya next to the chi, so that's chao,
That was
not
a ya,
chu.
okay.
Yeah, you need to review ya versus you a little bit more. Other than that, you've done really good tonight.
It's just the yaw there that was large looks so different from the little yaw that I thought that they were different. And
It's just the pixelation.
okay.
Sorry. I wish there was something else I could tell you, but that's the honest truth.
Okay. So cha? No.
Chow.
Chow.
Chow is like slang for no or unpleasant. In this case, it's probably unpleasant. And then Yona is like, you know. I have a hard time of getting a complete translation of this, but my guess is like it's just kind of bad, you know. That's what I'm getting from this.
He's
using
complaining.
slang.
That's
He's
the end of his complaint.
using slang here.
Okay.
All right, I'm back. You guys still doing Japanese lessons?
We are just about wrapping it up.
This is it.
Yeah, I think we're just about to save and quit and launch Battle Rider. Oh, no, we're gonna do Overwatch. I installed Overwatch. We're doing Overwatch.
We have a fourth for
There we go.
Overwatch.
Save state.
Yay! We talked to 4 whole people, Kira.
4 entire people,
Yeah,
each with 2 dialogue boxes.
with a bunch of dialogue boxes
yeah,
each.
lots of dialogue.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Yeah.
We did a lot of talking today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest, and it's probably just because of my background of learning Japanese, but man, you were teaching her to be one rude motherfucker. You were. Every time I hear a conjugative verb, I'm like.
Agree. It's so informal.
Yeah, no, reading through this, like, just knowing from, like, Korean and stuff, how many different forms of formal there is, and, like, the amount I know about Japanese, I'm like, this is really informal talk. So, I would know better than to sound like this.
The funny thing is, Japanese people drop formality pretty quickly once they've met you more than a couple times.
Yeah, the cool
Like,
thing
you don't
about
have to be you
Japan.
don't have to be close friends to drop formality. You do basically the only time you're gonna be forced to always be formal is like in a work setting, perhaps, and even then, like your
No, yeah,
coworkers, you can probably.
that's the cool thing about Japan. If you don't ever plan on using the language as a job and you're just a foreigner going to visit, they don't care that you're informal. They're impressed that you know their language. They are so full of
Yeah, that too.
themselves that
That
they're
too.
just
That
like,
too.
wow,
Yeah.
you can speak it. Wow.
No.
Of course, they might be looking at, somebody that's not able to pronounce it quite correctly, like you're crazy, but,
Yeah, like you should have heard us earlier. She found this guy said one phrase uro uro, and she couldn't say it. Kira, try to say it. Uro uro.
I can't roll R's. I would say uro uro.
Uru,
No, that's
uru.
fine. That's perfectly
Okay.
fine. I mean, it's
Uro
not
uro.
exactly right, but it's much closer.
What is it again?
Ura,
Uro uro.
Oh, you're
Uro,
rolling your
uro.
R's too much. What?
ura.
Uro uro uro.
Uro uro.
Uro.
Uro, uro.
Uro. Yeah, the tanker
Here's-
got it.
Tankers can do it.
Tanker
can do
it easy.
I
Here's
struggle
something
so
that help-
much with rolling my R's that like it's hard. Ura.
Here's
You have to
Here's
think of it
something
closer
that-
to a D sound than an R,
Uro.
actually.
Oh wait, is it the D? The
Yeah,
uro?
I mean it's technically an R in their language when we romanticize it, but it's actually not really an R or a D. It's a different third sound, and it's kind of
Yeah.
in between.
It's similar to the way you have to pronounce the R's in their language.
Yeah,
It's
that
like
is
a
what it
mix
is.
between an R and an L. It's not exactly an R,
R
but it's
L
not
N
exactly
D.
an L.
It's not any of those really. What I
Yeah.
try to think of it as in my mind I do a D, but then I also kind of make an R sound at the same time.
You know what? You know what helped me, Francesca? Because I had some problems with a lot of. I still do, but what helped me is at least for double consonants, like saying Hakai versus Hakkai. Well, actually, that's not something that would do. Actually, maybe it is, but I've never seen that. But Ben, we were talking about it the other day. What word was it? It was a double N word. Or do you know any double N words off the top of your head? Do you...
Oh, it's more of an M sound, but omyoji.
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 Omyoji. Omyoji.
A really good way that I got around pronouncing those versus just saying omoji is every time you think about every separate character in Japanese, always say the character, no matter if it sounds like it should just flow into the next one. So if it's double N, like if you have to say like han, and then you have to use another N like na to start the next part,
Oh yeah, there
actually
you go. That's an easy
say-
one.
actually say hanna. Hanna.
Hanna.
Yeah.
And if you roll it together, you'll actually, just subtly enough, Japanese people will know you just did double N instead of just going hana.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, I mean, I was just
It's
thinking
a
about
subtle
that.
difference, but a
It's
native
a-
speaker will pick up on it.
Yeah, no, yeah. Sorry, it just Hana is one in Korean, so the number
Okay.
started going off
It
in my
means-
head. So I
It
just
means
had Korean.
flowers in Japanese.
Means what in Japanese?
Flowers.
Ah, okay. Cause Hana do set net. Sorry, that's Korean counting.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the Korean that I know.
Just wait till you learn numbers in Japanese. There's
ichi ne se.
congratulations, you have the
Yeah.
Chinese version.
Yep.
They have two versions.
Yeah, they have two ways of counting.
Also,
If you're
every
counting
way that they
specific things,
oh.
it's like hitotsu, futatsu,
I don't remember
mitsu,
those.
yotsu.
And then they have like multiple ways to say some numbers. 7 is, I remember one of them. It's like, is it she? She no, that's 4.
Shichi is 1. I'm trying to remember what the other one is. I don't normally have to worry about it. If I'm gonna be honest.
Oh no, it's yo for 4. Is it? God, it's been so long. It's
Oh yeah,
she
Yon.
and yo, right? No, I don't know. It confuses me more though because then I also
Yeah. So she is 4 on the first, like if you're 1 to 10, but if you get to 14, it's Juyon.
yeah, that was it. Yes. And it's gotten so into popular Japanese that you can say yo and it's not technically 4, but it's colloquially 4. It's
Yes. It's not technically correct, but it's slang and they know what you mean.
and they also have different words for different numbers depending on what you're counting. It's something that really I never even got past that point because I didn't want to remember all of them. Like they count humans differently, the objects, fruits.
Well,
freaking
so it's not as complicated.
floors.
No, Akira, it's not as complicated as you think. Although it is still complicated, to be fair. So what it is it's a suffix prefix system like they have with a lot of their words, right?
It seems like that, but they're so different.
No, wait. So they have a different numbering system that I was going through earlier, right? The hitotsu, futatsu, mitsu, yotsu. That's for counting things.
Yeah,
that's exactly
it's the
what you're talking
basis.
about.
It's the basis for the suffix.
The first part doesn't change of hitotsu, futatsu, mitsu. It's the tsu part that changes. The tsu is for a vague thing. But if I were counting what's one I know? Pon. Pon is a cylindrical object, most commonly referred to for cups.
So would it be like hutasjin, something like that?
So let's say I want to order 2 cups of water.
Okay.
Futapon no mizu kudasai.
Okay.
Futapon, two
cups of water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's
Did
where
you say
it's a little.
Did you say no mizu or just mizu after that? Do you have to say no mizu?
Futapon no mizu.
No mizu. Yeah.
No mizu. Of water.
Japanese.